Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been navigating the Linux landscape for any length of time, you know that desktop environments often follow a cycle of birth, peak, and eventually, sadly, a quiet sunset. But then there are the legends, the ones with a soul so strong, so distinct that the community simply refuses to let them fade away. Today, we are looking at a release that feels like a massive welcome home for many veteran users, and a fascinating new discovery for those of you just starting your journey. We're diving deep into Ubuntu Unity 2604. Now, if you're a beginner to Linux world, you might be scratching your head. What exactly is Unity? Let's take a quick trip down the memory lane. For nearly a decade, Unity was the face of Ubuntu. It was famous for its vertical launcher, its keyboard-centric, and that iconic menu bar that sat at the very top of your screen, regardless of which app you were using. When Canonical decided to switch to GNOME years ago, many thought Unity was finished. But a group of brilliant developers and enthusiasts stepped up. They've kept the code alive, polished the rough edges, and eventually it became an official Ubuntu flavor once again. Today, the 2604 release is a testament to that dedication. It's not just a maintenance update. It's a modernization of one of the most efficient workflows ever designed for a PC. In this review, we're going to spend the next few minutes breaking down every single detail. We'll look at the notable fixes that make this version feel professional, the under-the-hood changes that keep it compatible with modern software, and most importantly, the quirks and known issues you need to know about so your experience remains frustration-free. Whether you're here for the nostalgia or looking for a fast, productive alternative to Windows or macOS, you're in the right place. So, let's get started. When you're building a modern OS on a classic framework, the biggest challenge is consistency. Software changes fast. The libraries we use to build apps like GTK3 and GTK4 evolve, and sometimes the desktop environment struggles to keep up. One of the most significant updates in 2604 is the fix for wrong or missing window decorations. You might have seen in older versions where a modern libvita app would look out of place, or the close minimize buttons will just disappear. The team has put in a lot of work here. Now, whether you're using an old school utility or a brand new GTK4 application, the window borders and buttons look uniform, sleek, and exactly where they should be. It makes the whole system feel cohesive rather than like a collection of mismatched parts. Next up is a fix that will make the power users very happy. For a while there was a nagging bug where Synaptic will simply refuse to launch. For the newcomers, Synaptic is the old faithful of package management. While Ubuntu has the software center for a store-like experience, Synaptic gives you surgical control over every library and tool on your system. Having it back and fully functional is a massive win for system stability and maintenance. If you're watching this on a laptop, pay attention to this next one. The developers have finally fixed tap to click on a touchpad. I know in 2026 it sounds like something that should work, right? But in the world of specialized desktop environments, these driver-level interactions can be tricky. There's nothing more jarring than moving your cursor to a button, tapping the pad, and nothing happens. In 2604 it works immediately upon installation. No more digging through terminal commands just to make your trackpad behave like a trackpad. Speaking of the launcher, that iconic bar on the left, there was a strange ghost in the machine where Snap apps would randomly unpin themselves. You'd spend time organizing your favorite tools, only to find them gone after a reboot. The team has squashed this bug. Your launcher layout is now persistent and reliable. It's these quality of life improvements that really define 2604 experience. Let's get a little more technical, but keep it easy to understand. One of the reasons people love Unity is the global menu. By moving the File, Edit, View options from the app window to the top panel of the screen, you save vertical space, which is a godsend on 16:9 laptops. To make this work better with the apps of today, the team has moved to Vala App Menu panel. They've also transitioned from the old Unity GTK3 module to the more modern App Menu GTK3 module. What does this actually mean for you? It means the global menu is now much more robust. It works with a wide variety of applications, and the transition of menu when you switch between windows is significantly faster and less prone to flickering. It wouldn't be a fresh Ubuntu release without a coat of paint. We have a stunning selection of new wallpapers specifically curated for this release. They've done a great job picking images that complement the dark and light themes of Unity. but the spring cleaning goes much deeper than the desktop background. The developers have been hard at work fixing abandoned packages that weren't even building correctly for the 2604 architecture. They've also migrated several core packages away from deprecated, older libraries like libsoap2 and libpcre3. One change I'm personally very glad to see is the removal of the remote smart search support from the home scope. Years ago, this was a controversial feature that would send your local search queries to the web to give you suggestions. In 2026, we prioritize privacy and speed. By removing this unmaintained and broken feature, the dash, meaning the search menu, feels incredibly fast. You hit the super key, type what you want, and it's there. No lag, no searching the web spinning icons, just pure performance. Before we get into the bug workarounds, I want to highlight the human element of this project. Unity isn't maintained by a giant corporation anymore, it's maintained by people who love it. The 2604 release notes give a massive welcome to a group of new maintainers and contributors. I want to echo that, and please forgive me if I mispronounce your names. So let's give a warm welcome to Thomas, Gautam, Kavish, Alfred, Lexi, and Azzy. Seeing new faces join a project like this is the best indicator of a healthy long-term future for the OS. The team also did some housekeeping by removing unmaintained or redundant packages. You'll notice that Cheesy, Vino, and the old Unity GTK2 app menu are gone. They've also switched from the aging GNOME screensaver to Light Locker. These changes make the system leaner, more secure, and less likely to crash when you leave your computer for a coffee break. Now, if you're finding this deep dive helpful, I have a small favor to ask. Building a Linux-oriented channel like this takes a lot of time and testing, and I couldn't do it without your support. If you want to stay updated on the latest Linux distributions, see real-world gameplay tests, and get more knob-friendly tutorials like this one, please hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to ring the bell icon. YouTube algorithms can be a bit of a mystery, but ringing that bell ensures you get a notification the second a new video drops. Whether you're on PKOS, Debian, or Ubuntu Unity, we're all part of the same community. Join us and let's grow the Linux network together. Alright, back to the video. Let's talk about those bugs you might encounter. Transparency is key in the Linux world. The Unity team has identified a few known issues that they couldn't squash before the release date. Don't worry, most of these have very simple workarounds, and that will make you feel like a pro once you know them. Sometimes, right after you log in, your mouse cursor may be invisible. You'll know it's there because buttons will highlight as you hover over them, but you can see the arrow itself. Don't panic, you can press Ctrl plus Alt plus F1 to switch to a virtual console. Log in with your username and password and type sudo systemctl restart lightdm. Alternatively, if you can open a terminal on your desktop using Ctrl plus Alt plus T, just type that same command there. It resets the display manager and your cursor should reappear instantly. If you go to shut down your computer, click the button and then change your mind and click cancel, the menu might stop responding entirely. Use that virtual console again, hit Ctrl plus Alt plus F1, log in and type sudo power off to safely shut down the system. This is a classic Unity quirk. Occasionally, the cursor will move around the screen perfectly fine, but you won't be able to click on anything. This is usually caused by Compiz, the window manager having a hiccup. Press Ctrl plus Alt plus T to open your terminal. Type keylol -1 Compiz. This tells the system to restart the window manager. The only downside is that windows from your various workspaces might all get moved to your first workspace, but your ability to click will be restored. If you are doing specific type of installation called an OEM installation, the wallpaper sometimes like to jump in front of the Calamares installer window. This one is easy. Just use Alt plus Tab on your keyboard to cycle through the window and bring the installer back to the front. Lastly, you might see a notification that Light Locker has crashed during your login. The developers have confirmed that even though this error pops up, the login actually works fine and there are no negative side effects to your session. You can safely close the error and carry on. So, what's the verdict on Ubuntu Unity 2604? If you're someone who values vertical screen real estate, if you love a desktop that stays out of your way until you need it, or if you simply miss the golden age of Ubuntu, this is a must install. It is fast, it is stable where it counts, and it looks better than it ever has. Yes, there are a few bugs, but the workarounds are simple, and the benefit like the improved global menu and the fixed GTK4 decorations far outweighs the minor inconveniences. It's a pro desktop that is becoming more and more accessible to beginners every day. I want to thank the Unity team for their incredible work on this release. It's projects like this that make the Linux community so special. Thanks for watching this long-form review. If you made it to the end, you're a legend. Let me know in the comments. Are you going to give Unity a try, or are you sticking with your current distro? I'm Cătălin, this is Linux Network, and I'll see you in the next one.